Hi guys, it's Josh. Today we're going to talk about Cato's experience monitoring. I'm really excited about this feature because it allows you to bring detailed network analytics across your entire Cato experience, so sites and users. So let me show you what that looks like. First and foremost, if you're not familiar with Cato, you're going to come into this monitoring screen and you're going to see all your sites. I've got a lab here set up. It's right behind me. It's really cool. HA, multiple ISPs doing their thing. Plenty of other time to talk about that. But today we're going to talk about experience and monitoring. So I have multiple sites. I've got sockets. I've got SDP remote users all connected into the Cato POP. How do I understand what that network looks like when there's latency, when there's problems and application issues? We're going to click on experience monitoring. So in experience monitoring, it's going to allow us to see all our applications, users, sites that are connecting to applications either in-house, which is a custom application, or just a standard, like you're seeing here, Google application or Zoom. And then we're going to look at that and say, what is that user experience looking like? What is that site that's connecting out to my health record application, to my finance application, to my mortgage application look like? And it looks like I might have some poor experience. How long is it taking from the time to first byte? So as I'm talking to you on Zoom, it's taking 231 milliseconds. That's an indication of how long that's taking. So what does that look like when you go a little more detailed? So I can see here's all my sites. I can look at the users and hosts. So here's the actual users and hosts, whether they're connected with our SDP client or they're associated that way, or just an IP address. You can see here's even a Linux machine on my into my Cato client here, and it's my Kali box, and I can see it's connected from HQ. So maybe I want to dig and say, like, what's the experience like on my Kali Linux box? There happens to be, I want to know more about that. So now it's going to go, the cloud application is true, and it's going to Kali. I could even eliminate cloud application is true and just see over the last month, what is it connected to? And so we've had some good experience and it's got pretty good. And so you can see here, I have a custom app here called DVWA testing. It's a web application penetration test that I use. And you can see the time to first byte is good. I can then start to click on it, maybe go back and eliminate this filter. And then maybe I could click on a time that we had poor performance. So I'm going to drag over and say, oh, wow, we had some poor performance here on February 9th. What was going on there? What was being connected to during that time period? And so I can see, okay, it looks like, we had some poor performance on Netflix during that time period. So if I add that to the filter, I can see who was communicating. Demo user was in Netflix. I happened to be in Greece at that time, so connecting to Netflix, and I was egressing out of a different POP. So I was messing around with different ways to connect to the cloud, and you can see that the performance was poor. So I was on potentially a poor internet connection. So you're able to see that, and I can then go in and say, all right, show me what some more details on that poor experience were. Like, okay, the ISP was connected on as Josh's MacBook. It was on the OS Mac version. So now I have a lot of details that are tied into first byte, connect, HTTP error rate, last mile performance, tunnel age. So a lot of details to help troubleshoot that. And maybe one of the things you want to do, let's say it's not Netflix. I just happen to pick on it, and this is a really important application to your business. One of the things that you could go to is you could go into network, and then you could start to understand, all right, I want to go, I know that user is connected through Josh's HQ. And I'm going to look and see Josh's HQ. And I'm going to understand, here's the aggregate throughput for that particular site. And you can see here's priority analyzer. One of the things that you might do is look at, say, how is my bandwidth priority for that site working? Am I pushing Netflix to the bottom and my custom applications, my internal healthcare and management and critical applications for the business to the top? Are they P10? And you can create these rules just right in the network and create rules. Very easy to do by IP, by category, by port. And then you can watch and see that throughput get better. And over time, the experience monitoring will improve because their prioritization, as you might have congested or use up all your bandwidth, the prioritization will be on the right critical apps. So the experience monitoring lets you see, all right, what is happening? Is it the individual team session or Zoom session? Is it my actual user's connection? What are they accessing? What does that look like over time? Is that an anomaly? And here's some of the things I can tweak from the priority analyzer to help improve that experience as it traverses the Cato infrastructure. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. Thanks so much.